welcome back to another video feature of the Immersive Worlds Handbook. Just behind me, maybe you can see the Amazon spheres. And I've been wanting for a while to do a video feature focusing on the growth and popularity of office theming, and whether you think about Epic medical systems technology and their famous office complexes, or certainly Amazon or Google. You know, there's an upswing, a rise in the popularity of creating these incredible complexes. Apple's another one, of course, is working on their spaceship-like campus. So I wanted to do a tour today and talk about what we know about this particular campus, and then cover some of the other interesting facets in terms of this rise in popularity of this type of theming. So let me take you on the tour now.
Okay, and as we begin the tour today, I should say, since I recorded the voiceover on site, this video actually has two foci. One, indeed, at the end will be office theming, which this new Amazon office structure plays an important role, I think, in redefining office theming. But a second is the nature of iconic space, and in particular, looking at how this new structure, these spheres as they're called, with the Amazon headquarters, how it fits in with the city and how it maybe complements to some degree the city's other iconic architectural gems. I would include in there Pike's Market, cool houses, important central library. Check out my video on that space as well. And then, of course, the great Space Needle from the World's Fair of 1962. So as we're looking at some of the construction images here, you know, what's pretty amazing about Amazon is not just their growth as an online retailer. You can certainly check out my video I did on the Amazon Go concept related to their recent acquisition of Whole Foods. But, you know, the other amazing thing is their presence as just a physical space here in Seattle. They employ over 25,000 people. So a large number of people. Now, GeekWire recently did this feature where they talked about the new office buildings, the proposals, what it's going to look like, and so forth. And I should say GeekWire does amazing features on this kind of issue. So if you want to learn more about Amazon's corporate headquarters, go to GeekWire and check out some of their great reporting on the subject. Now, the other curious thing about it is, as we leave this image of Amazon Go here, which is another part of this big complex, is that you can actually take a tour if you're in Seattle. So if you want to, go to Amazon's web page, and you can just click on information about their office spaces, and then you can actually take a tour if that kind of thing interests you. So recently, USA Today did a very good story about social media reaction to these spheres, as they're called, and so you might check out that article. It has some interesting points, but one person made the point that these could become iconic structures, not unlike, as we see beyond the construction site, the Space Needle. So that would be interesting to think about in terms of whether or not they become a part of the landscape, not unlike, you know, the Seattle Central Library here, pictured here as well. So that offers you some insights about how I think, you know, a corporate headquarters can change the nature of the city, its branding as a city. We can think of other examples pictured here, looking at Apple's headquarters under Works, and then also Google's proposed headquarters. So certainly there's a lot of tradition here in terms of creating these incredibly iconic spaces that give not just a space for the company and its employees, in this case 25,000 employees, to work in Seattle, but also a sense of spatial, architectural, even thematic branding. And I think that's a very key point to think about as we take theming and immersion at the most macro possible level. Think of it globally in terms of how it helps establish the physicality of a brand, in this case in Seattle, like Amazon. And this then leads to my final point today, and this is indeed talking about office theming. As we look at the Amazon example here, we can also think of Epic medical systems based in Madison, but having branches elsewhere. And you just look at some of their examples of campus theming. It really does suggest that there's a paralleling of the creative design, the thematic design, and the values promoted by the company. You just see some examples here, this treehouse for meetings, and it's just a really important reminder that theming has incredible potential, particularly as it creates the opportunities for such a creative culture of work and iconic branding. Forbes recently has done a survey of the coolest offices to work in, and Epic is at the top. I'm sure Google, Apple, and Amazon are also up there, or will be up there in the future. We can look just a little bit more then at the spheres here at Amazon to get a sense of maybe what's coming. So some of the plans include meeting rooms among these trees and among these greenhouses, a conference room at the top. You can also see here there's also this giant over 40-foot tall fig tree. So they've really, I think, outdone themselves in terms of creating this space. Such a creative opportunity, I think, to establish both an iconic exterior brand for the city of Seattle and this part of downtown, and also an opportunity to create some incredibly immersive and themed office spaces that clearly parallel some of the creativity and innovation and insightful directions forward that Amazon seems to promote among their corporate work culture.
Hope you enjoyed the video feature today here in Seattle, Washington, taking a look at the exciting new spheres here, indoor spheres at the Amazon campus. So please come back for additional video features of the Immersive Worlds Handbook.